The winner of American Idol is Maddie Poppe. Congratulations, Maddie.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to T Unfiltered. I'm Tatiana Carrier, and I am so excited. We have a very special guest with us today that not only is going to sing for us, but we're also going to get to chat with her. And I know you guys love yourselves a good live performance, so I'm not going to make you wait. Everybody, Maddie Poppe.
Hey guys, I'm Maddie Poppe, and this is my new single called Keep On Moving On. Holding fire to Polaroids of me and you, babe. Lighting up these memories and watching them turn to smoke. There ain't much left for me to say to you, babe, except so long with no dear John for you when you get home. And I'll be gone by the morning. Yeah, I'll be singing a brand new song. Sometimes this life is a storming, so if the sun don't shine, you gotta pay no mind with you, keep on moving on. No, I ain't gonna cry to Desperado. I've heard those lines too many times to let them bring me down. I packed up all your records in my sorrow. I packed them in a cardboard box with a duct tape lock on the other side of town. And I'll be gone by the morning. Yeah, I'll be singing a brand new song. Sometimes this life is a storming, so if the sun don't shine, you gotta pay no mind with it, keep on moving on. Sometimes things don't work out like you planned them. That lemonade you're sipping turns to lemon in your hand. Well, let this be your little leaving anthem. If the sun don't shine, you gotta pay no mind with it, keep on moving on. And I'll be gone by the morning. Yeah, I'll be singing a brand new song. Sometimes this life is a storming, so if the sun don't shine, you gotta pay no mind with it, keep on moving on. So if the sun don't shine, you gotta pay no mind with it, keep on moving on. If the sun don't shine, you gotta pay no mind with it, keep on moving on.
I just want to give some shout outs to some of you guys because we appreciate you for being here and showing love. Yeah, come on over. Christine Trent is saying, wow, the most perfect girl in the world. Yeah, and she said she was already crying basically the second you started. So you've got a lot of fans here, and this has got to be such an incredible feeling for you.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, the chat's going crazy over here.
That's so cool. You can see it all.
Yeah, it's really exciting. This is why we love streaming on Twitch because, and live, full disclosure, is not always the easiest. Yeah. I mean, we have technical difficulties every week, but we get this, which I think is so wonderful. You have all your fans saying, I love you, Maddie, real time as you're performing. So how does it feel as you're sitting here? So much has changed for you in the last year. How have you been dealing with such a transition from a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, I get asked that question a lot, and I guess it's over. I mean, I'm not gonna, I guess I can't lie and say, oh my gosh, it's perfect all the time, and it's like, because I think that people understand that it's like overwhelming, and sometimes it's like it's a lot to handle, and it's a totally different lifestyle. Being away from my family is really hard, and I mean, it's really hard sometimes, but I mean, it's such a whirlwind, like just the things that I get to do, that I dreamed about doing a year ago.
So let's take it back. We won't take it way, way back just yet. We do that because I think it's so interesting to learn about how people were brought up and the different things that inspired you along the way. And also, guys, just a side note, I will be asking Maddie your questions. So if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the chat. We'll give you guys a shout out and we will ask Maddie your questions, okay? So let's take it back to the day you decided to audition for American Idol. This was not your first rodeo trying out for a live show. You want to tell us?
Yeah, so honestly, I was laying in my bed and I used to just like sleep till noon because I just love sleeping.
Who doesn't love sleeping?
So anyway, I was laying there and I get a phone call from my dad and he tells me American Idol's coming back. And at first I was like, no, it's not. Because, you know, you see all those, like, all kinds of stuff that's like fake news. But, and that was, so he said it's coming back and Katy Perry's confirmed as the judge right now and you should do it. And I thought, you know, I didn't really want to at first because I had done that thing before. You know, I had auditioned for The Voice and it didn't go well. You know, it was a really cool experience, but it didn't work out.
How does it feel now? The Voice. Seriously. I mean, look.
No, I don't blame them.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I don't blame them, honestly, because I wouldn't have turned my chair for me either. I wasn't ready. I mean, I didn't get to pick my song or anything. You don't have a lot of creative control, but you know, I wasn't ready. I didn't know what I wanted to even be or who I wanted to be, and I'm very glad it didn't work out then because I'm so grateful for everything that's happened on American Idol. And I feel like you need to fail in order to succeed. Like, I feel like if that would have worked out, I would have just thought, oh, everything's sunshine and rainbows all the time and everything works out always, you know? But I went through a dark, like, stage thereafter. You know, I was depressed and I was like, you know, I thought this is the end. This was my last chance to make it. And I didn't make it. But I think that's important because it makes me extra grateful for times like this now.
So you got yourself out of bed. Yes. You sure did. And you decided to go for the audition after all. Yes. Tell me about, because I see on television these auditions and I don't know if they're dramatizing the situation, but it looks like millions of people waiting in line and then they just keep, I mean, the chances, so we had Rayvon Owen on here. Mm-hmm. He was number 4 a couple of years ago. And he said the percentage to be in the top 10 is like 0.0001 compared to all the people that are auditioning. This is a true story.
Wow, I didn't know
it's
that.
like a miracle baby.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, so you auditioned for this. The first day you were there, was it just, do you even see any of the judges or is it just they're kind of filtering through? Just for people who aren't aware of how it works.
Yeah, so the first audition is like a bunch of, it's just producers sitting at tables and they're kind of scouting out, you know. So I got in line and with like hundreds of people in Omaha. And usually it's because I had gone to Chicago and when I auditioned for The Voice and there were thousands of people and I was waiting all day. Like got there at like 8 a.m., waited until like 6 p.m. to audition. Well, Omaha was different because I think it's like a smaller town. Mm-hmm. And I got in, I mean, I only waited in line probably 2 or 3 hours and got in with this producer. You literally like, he's like, okay, next 4 people step up. And it's crazy because just the odds of that, like, well, I think about it all the time. What if I would have been put in a different line? Because they're literally just taking, okay, the next 4 people come up here, next 4 over here.
So you could have gotten some cranky person who was hungry, didn't have lunch yet.
Exactly. I think about that all the time. And just, so each person steps forward then in that line and you sing 30 to 45 seconds and they decide, okay, yes or no. And they brought us all forward and said, it's going to be a no for everyone today except for Maddie.
Oh my goodness.
And he worded it like that. And I still joke around with him about that because just the wording on that was awful. My heart sunk. And then I was like, you know.
They're so dramatic on American Idol. Even when you won, Ryan was like, and your next American Idol. And like 20 minutes passed. He got a shave, maybe a pedicure. And then he was like, Maddie Poppe. It's so dramatic. Like, how do you handle it?
Yeah, totally.
That would be too much for me personally.
Totally. Yeah. So that was the first round. And then after that, I went to Chicago for another round of producers and then made that cut in that same day. Then you get in front of the executive producers, who I didn't even know were the executive producers at the time, thankfully. Otherwise, I think I would have been so nervous. And after that, they told me, you're going to be singing for the judges. And so there were 3 rounds. And sometimes they'll scout out people. Like I know Gabby and Cade were both, like, they found both of them online. And they said, hey, we just want you to come through and audition for the executives. Like they didn't have to go through all of the open call process because, you know, like Caleb and I weren't found. We just went with the other thousands of people. And
that's insane.
Yeah.
That's just so insane. So tell me, when you first meet the judges. For people who did not catch it this season, who were the judges that you were before?
Yes. It was Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan.
No big.
Yeah. Just the icons of each genre. No big deal.
Had you listened to these people growing up?
Yes. I mean, who hadn't listened to Katy Perry? And
nobody.
And Luke Bryan is the biggest name in country music. I thought it was crazy. And then they get a legend like Lionel Richie. I thought it was the perfect combination because it's not just we found some producer or this was just like a leftover person. It's like literally the top names of all time.
And here's Maddie.
Yeah, and then I walk in.
And so how does one, because I would think that the biggest game it's obviously not your voice is not the biggest struggle because obviously you have a very stunning, beautiful voice. It's real raw talent. I mean, we just heard her sing here acoustically. No producing. It was just you. So that wasn't the problem. How do you get out of your head and not because I personally get in my head a lot in situations like that. So what did you do in that moment to say, you're here, you're going to do this?
It was really nerve-wracking because, first of all, not only do you have to be on your game, but you have to think, what do they want to see? And because I had met other celebrity females who will remain unnamed, but they weren't the nicest, and I was kind of intimidated. I thought, Katy Perry's such a big name. I was like, how is she gonna, because sometimes girls aren't the nicest to other girls, and
which is so disappointing.
It is, and so I was worried. I was like, how's Luke Bryan gonna be in person? What's Lionel Richie gonna be like? And I was really nervous about that, but they were all so nice. And I remember going into that room. Well, before I went in, my family was out there with me, and I just thought, this is it. I got to do it. I can't choke. This has to go perfect. And I kept retuning my guitar and singing and singing and singing. And I was the fourth person of the whole season to audition. They started auditions in New York, and I was day one, fourth person. All three people in front of me had gotten a golden ticket. And I remember thinking, there's no way they're going to hand out 4 in a row, in the first town, in the first stop, everything. And I went in, and I will say the acoustics were awful in the room. I couldn't hear myself singing. So if you're watching, producers, make sure those acoustics are better.
Now that you won, you can actually tell them what to do. You're like, hey, for next season.
No, but and so I remember going in and it was just, I was so in awe singing in front of them. I was shaking so bad, and I got to, I think, the second verse, and they stopped me. And Luke, Lionel kind of had me saying, you're not really like anybody on this show, and you're doing something really different. Kind of made me feel like, oh, this isn't going to work for me because I'm not.
You didn't take that as a compliment?
I didn't, because he was kind of saying it in a way because he kept rubbing his chin like this, and I was like, oh no,
it's the drama.
Yes, and Katie seemed like I thought I'd get a yes from Katie and Luke because the way they were, the things they were saying. Katie said I reminded her of herself when she was young, and I was like, that is the ultimate compliment.
Ultimate.
Yeah, and then Luke asked me, oh, this is kind of embarrassing. Luke asked me, hey, what's it feel like to be in New York? Since you're from Iowa, and I said, it's just so crazy because I can't. All I can think of is Buddy the Elf. That's what came to my mind.
That's all you could come up with.
I was like, yeah, Buddy the Elf was filmed here.
I would have laughed.
And I was just like,
what was his reaction?
Luke said I reminded him of Jovi from that movie, The Girl Elf. And I was like, that's a compliment.
Okay, so at least he wasn't like, what are you talking about? Because that would have been a disaster.
No, they kind of laughed, but I think they were like, poor girl.
So I think one of the reasons people love you is because you're yourself. You're 100% who you are. And I think it's very clear when somebody's authentic. And I think that people gravitate towards that. So on that note, is it hard when you're first coming out as an artist to kind of decide ahead of time, what is my lane? What is my brand? Because that would really stress me out. Going into New York, that people are going to see you. Do you then have a sit down and you're like, all right, here's my brand board. This is what I want to come off. How was that for you?
That's a really good question. I've never been asked that, but I think that's why it was great that I got rejected from The Voice. I didn't know who I was. I was singing whatever then. And I had gigged from that time until the time of American Idol and just played live shows constantly. And I kind of got into the groove of like, okay, I like playing this kind of stuff and this is kind of my vibe. And eventually like, you know, my set list kept narrowing down, like what do I like, you know, and it kept like filtering. And I finally got down to, you know, it all kind of fit in the same vein. And I guess then it is difficult though, because when you go into it, something that I think is really important on the show is you got to know who you are going in, because if you don't, they use that against you, and America sees that. And, you know, if you change lanes, it's like, you know, you gain all these fans doing this one thing, and then if you get off the show and you change, it's like your fans pick up on that. Like, for example, my winter single, which was Going, Going, Gone, great song, but it was like, it had more of a pop feel to it. And I had not been doing anything like that on the show. And I picked that song as my winter single out of like 5 other songs. But it was kind of like a rush thing. Like we had to pick a song for like top 5. And so when I picked that, I remember releasing that and everyone kind of said, you know, this is a great song, but this isn't your vibe. You know, this isn't who you are, you know, and it kind of...
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That they picked up on that.
Yeah. And they kind of, I mean, people, not that they were disappointed, but it was just kind of...
Confusion a little?
Yeah. And so that's why I've enjoyed putting out this other single, is because it's a lot more my sound too. And I kind of wanted to show people that it's still the same, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk me through getting to the end when you're very, very close to winning. What are those days like for you? I mean, how do you function? How do you eat? How do you do normal things when you are literally on your way to winning American Idol? What does a day look like for an almost winner of American Idol?
I can't even tell you, because when I look back, I remember winning was not even on my radar. I didn't look ahead and think I want to win ever in the contest. Not even with top 3, because I had always, you know, I have done so many music things and been let down so many times. I feel like that's part of this industry, is you got to get told no 100 times before you get told yes. And I'd just been told no so many times, and people had made so many promises and not gone through with them. And so I've kind of lived with this mindset of it's not going to work out, which is sad, but like it helped me, because then when things didn't work out, I went into American Idol just wanting to have fun and not caring, you know, like I didn't go in to win because I didn't think I could. And it had always been a no for me. So why was this time going to be any different? So I kind of went in with that mindset. And so no, I never ever thought I would win. And then, you know, I think it was more of a surprise, because then, you know, if you go in thinking, which is awful. I mean, you shouldn't think like negatively, but I guess that's just how I
don't take it as you thinking negatively. I take it because you still said you were there to have fun. I take it as you did not have expectations and you were just like, I'm so grateful to be here. Yeah. That's what it seemed like every time you performed, that you were just so grateful to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was hard too, because, but then, you know, when you don't set yourself up, like when you don't look at just trying to win, you're not as disappointed. You know, when you fail, then you're more accepting of it. Whereas if you go in and you're like, I gotta win this, and anything less than perfect is, you know, failing, and you're gonna be so let down. And I've found that so many times. And the other thing is that we all became friends on the show so quick, and all like by top 5. There's people I still talk to first round of Hollywood Week, you know, that I haven't seen since January 21st, but like I still talk to them very regularly, and we all just, something about this season, I think it was a really young group of people, and we all had very similar stories. I know that, you know, when it got down to top 10, top 7, we had all been like doing this for so long, and we just all got along so well. So it was really hard to look at it as a competition. Like it was hard. I thought I'd go in kind of like, oh, I got to take these people down, or, you know, this person's really, you know, it wasn't like that at all. It was like summer camp. It was like we were just having fun.
By then you're just like, you've gone through this emotional roller coaster with people. You're seeing your friends get kicked off the show. That's got to be tough too, right? How do you navigate that when obviously they're happy for you? How do you navigate when somebody you've gotten really close to, because obviously you guys spent so much time together?
Yeah.
How did you handle, for example, when somebody that you were close to got kicked off the show? Is there a way? What do you do?
I think the key is to not be, I don't know if the word is cocky, but I think you can't like celebrate when you, I mean, it's just, I don't think it's possible to like, for example, when Katie and Journey, they were my closest, they were like my closest friends. I roomed with them. And when they both got cut, it was so hard for me to be happy for myself because I had just felt like I'm losing them now, and I don't have them to go through this anymore. But also to support them because, and it's hard because you think, why do I deserve this over them? When Katie can outplay me on the guitar and the songs she writes are incredible, and Journey can outsing me any day. And you think, why are these people getting cut over me? It doesn't seem fair. And but I think all you can do in that moment is just be a friend and be supportive because, it wasn't anybody's. There's nothing we could do about it, I guess.
Also, it's not the be-all, end-all because the way I see it, you being at the top is giving you the tools to be able to then help your friends. Yeah. You could collaborate with them in the future. It's totally up to you. So the way I see it, it's a win-win for everybody, sure. Right?
Yeah.
And how did you notice the reactions to you were similar? People were happy for you and overall positive vibes?
Yeah, I felt like, yes, the support that these like people gave me, even after like some of my best friends got cut, they were still like so happy, to see me win and so happy. And so like, just like the support that they have showed me and still continue to show me is just unreal because they're not bitter. At least they don't, show that side to me. And just, it's such a good feeling because then, I really have made true friends on this show.
It's so clear too, when you see the interactions that you guys genuinely had a bond. It wasn't just for the cameras.
Yeah, for sure.
And clearly you're still friends with a lot of these people today.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Everybody.
Okay. So you win, life changes. How did life specifically change for you after the big win?
Oh man. Well, there were weeks in the weeks after that. I think if you would have taken me the night of the finale and shown me a list of everything that was to come in the next weeks and all of the, like what my sleep schedule was going to look like and everything that was to come, I don't think I would have been able to handle it. Like, I think I could have been like, I can't do this. Because it was like, there were so many times when I was just like so overwhelmed. And I just remember thinking, I can't, if this is the lifestyle, I can't do this. Like,
but
this
you did
is so
it.
Much. I know.
You did it. Wasn't that a crazy testament to your own power within that you probably didn't even know that you had? Like, you probably didn't know you could go take a schedule and go back to back all day, but you did it.
It's crazy.
You're doing it.
Looking back at everything in those like 2 weeks after, it was just like the night of the finale, like I saw my parents for maybe 10 minutes and then it was off on a plane to New York and then doing constant press, coming back to LA. And
how did family react? Was your mom like, your parents were probably like, are you leaving us? Where are you going? Because you're very close with your family.
Yeah.
So how was it for them?
It was, it's like bittersweet for all of us, I think, because it's like, it's so sweet. And it's like everything that we've ever worked for and everything that, the crappy gigs where I had to play on a sidewalk and, a lady would come over and ask me to turn it down and I'd make $20 in my tip jar.
You'd be like, sorry, Mom.
Yeah. Like, it's like,
yeah, that's gotta be tough.
That, like, all of those moments we worked to just that moment and like what I'm doing now. And so it is hard. It's hard being away and it's a totally different lifestyle from what I was living before, but I think we're adjusting to it now and, getting used to it. And I think, this is just everything I worked for. So it's hard for anybody to be like mad about it, I guess.
So what is the future? So you've won, you're doing all these things now. Obviously you're doing a lot of press. What is something that you anticipate for the next coming year? Because I'm sure you have a lot of things on your plate that you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you have some goals set that you'd like to do? A lot of people are asking about if you're going to go on tour. Your minions, you have minions? Your Maddie minions?
No.
Well, that's a new hashtag starting right now.
That's kind of cringy.
Guys, none of you are minions. You're all very cool. But they're, and then, yeah, Maddie's worth it. Maddie Minions is thriving right now.
Oh, what is that? I've never heard that.
Are we going to make this a thing?
No.
I don't think we should.
It can be your thing.
But
Minions are really cute just as minions, but like Maddie doesn't want minions.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm with Disney, but yeah, it's not a Disney thing, so it can't be. I'm with Disney, and so it's a universal thing, I think.
Guys, now they're like, Maddie Maddie denied us.
No, they said
Maddie,
that?
your minions freaking love you, says Popping Poppe. Oh, you've got so many.
Oh, I know what it is. It's a joke.
Okay.
I didn't know it was from her. I know who that girl is.
Okay, but then everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. But listen, guys, we love your creativity. It's all about,
That's so
artistic expression. But maybe we try to come up with a different hashtag. I don't know.
Actually, that is a joke because I know her. Her name is Shayna, and she joked about that being like the name. Because
Carly loves Maddie is physically wheezing, she says. You guys are honestly, Maddie, you have the best fans.
I know. They
Christina
really are.
Trent is choking. Guys, I hope all of you are being very safe right now. There's some choking, there's some wheezing, another choker. Yeah, but they love you. You've got a really strong fan base. When did you start to see this kick in?
Oh man.
You guys are awesome.
You are awesome. On the show, I tried to stay off social media because there were so many negative things, especially on Facebook.
Really?
Facebook, it's not really personally, but like there were just a lot of negative. People don't think. People are so mean online and they just type whatever and they think she's got 400,000 followers. She's never going to see this. And she is, she's in the spotlight. She's got plenty of support. This is fine. I can say whatever I want. But it's like I see everything and people can be really hurtful. And so I deleted my Facebook account. I have like a fan page, whatever. But yeah, I just tried to stay off social media and not read those comments.
I'm in shock that people were negative towards you of all people. It's not like you're out there, like you're so sweet.
Thank you.
And I don't understand that. Is it just, but you know what? I think that the internet breeds trolls, unfortunately. And you just have to, people like Selena Gomez are quitting Instagram who have 120 million.
She's quitting Instagram.
She's made a huge announcement that she's stepping away. And she even made a comment about your comments hurt people's feelings. So if you've got someone who, like Selena Gomez, who's on top of the world, not being able to handle the comments, I think you can relate to that.
I think she had the most Instagram followers at a time. She might still, but yes, exactly. Somebody on that kind of level, and if she's seeing your comments, it's like, of course I can see your. I've got not even like a fourth of the followers she has, and so it's, people can just be really hurtful, and they don't think about because people would never say those things to your face.
No,
never.
No. You should see the Twitch chat sometimes. They're just so crazy. And I'm just like, I go home and I'm like feeling bad about myself. Yeah. I'm like, I shouldn't even look at the chat. But unfortunately, I don't want to cut that off because this is like, we're having a conversation with you guys now. And that's great. We don't want to give that up.
Yeah.
But people can be so
one ruins it for the bunch.
Especially if you're sensitive.
Oh, I'm so sensitive.
Sensy.
I'm so sensitive. But I think that's just being a human. I'm not, it can be hard. And I get hurt very, very easily over just the littlest things. And just one, even if there's thousands of nice comments, it sucks that there's just that one comment that sticks out to you the most.
Yeah, it's really tough. And it's a hard balance too, because as you continue to make music, you're only going to be more socially relevant and you're going to have more and more followers. And unfortunately, it comes with the territory.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
But lucky for you, you've got so many fans just choking for you.
Yeah, no,
they're what? We got some questions. Oh, we have some. Why don't we? You know what? Allison, our senior producer, is kindly interrupting us in the kindest way to do some questions.
Kindly, in the kindest way.
And tell me what their names are too, so that we can do. We'll do a little question break. That's fine. It wasn't a part of the plan, but we're doing it. Go for it. Who was the name? Carolina wants to know what other young artist you'd like to collaborate with. That's a great question.
Young artist.
Was it young or did I make that up? Yep, young.
Okay, this is for Carolina. Young artist. Man, that's a hard question.
Does that mean like an up and comer? Does that mean?
Yeah.
Why don't we just make it a general blanket statement of, is there an artist you'd like to collaborate with?
You know, there's a lot of like females that I really admire. But I feel like a lot of them that I admire, like I like look at them as like a role model and like a template. Like I want to be like them. And so I don't want people to be like, oh, she really likes Ingrid Michaelson, so she's trying to sing like Ingrid Michaelson. You know what I mean? And so I'm going to go with a dude.
Go with a dude. I'm
going to say I really, really love John Mayer. And I really, really love like Chris Martin from Coldplay.
Ooh, those are good. I would love a John Mayer collab with you.
I love him.
A nice little slow jam, perhaps?
Jam.
Or a heartbreak.
Ooh.
I would like a heartbreak with John Mayer and you. Let's make that happen, John.
He's great.
Can I call you John?
I think he's watching, actually.
He's definitely, he's the one who's like, I'm choking. We see you out there, John. That was a really good question and a great answer. While we're doing the question thing, let's just do it, you know? Okay, so Kettleman12 says, what is your inspiration and what keeps you going?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I say my family first because literally, like, you know, my parents are so good at like understanding, and my siblings understand so much. My mom, for sure, I can just vent to her about anything, and she, no judgment at all. She doesn't make me feel bad, you know, because, you know, sometimes when I say, oh, this is overwhelming, people are like, oh, you're ungrateful. You know, people say that because it's like, look at like,
they're very different things though.
But yes, but I mean, I get why they say that, because it's like, I won American Idol and I get to do all these amazing things. But if I say like, oh, this is overwhelming, I don't know if I can do this, people will say like, you know how many people would love to be in your position and stuff like that. And that's the difference with my mom, is when I'm talking to my mom, she does not judge me about that. She will say, you know, she understands and she gets it. And she's a guidance counselor, and she's been the best guidance counselor.
Oh my God, so lucky.
I know, it's
That's
so
the
awesome.
best.
It's so awesome. But secondly, is truly the fans. And I know that people, that might sound cliche, but that is the honest truth. Because I know I'd watch people say that before, like, you know, when they accept an award, they say, I want to thank the fans. And everyone says that. And you think, oh, say something new. But it's like, honestly, now that I'm here, I get, like, they really do keep you going. No,
I mean, I get it. I want to be a Maddie minion. Like, these people are thriving in this chat right now. You guys are awesome fans.
They
awesome.
They are so supportive, and they get the message out, and they, you know, they keep you going. When there's one negative comment, these other people, they jump in and they shut this person down. Like, you know, don't attack her, leave her alone. And, you know, and just the things that they say to you, like, you know, they just turn your mood around. It's incredible.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. The Shayna Davis is asking a lot of really good questions. She just asked, or he, I don't know, if you had to do American Idol all over again, is there anything you would do differently? That's a great question.
Ooh, that's a really good question. I would have sang a different song for Top 14 instead of Walk Like an Egyptian. I would have sang something different, because I watched that performance. I'm not crazy about it, but I will say one thing I was thinking about before the other day is, like, one thing I've learned through this whole experience is not that I can't regret anything. Like, you can't regret anything in life as much as you want to, or you feel like you should. Everything in my life, every little thing, every little, you know, road bump, or every time I felt like I want to give up on music, has led me to this point, like, has gotten me literally right here. Like, I feel like I can't regret anything because it's put me here. And if one of those...
Well, you still won, by the way.
Yeah.
Even with the song you didn't like.
Yeah, but...
which is a testament. It's like, you can make these little, if you call it a mistake or something that you wish you had done differently, you still got to where you needed to go, which I think is a huge lesson for people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but you can't, I mean, I've learned I can't regret stuff, because even little things like outfits I've worn to events, I look at pictures and I'm like, ugh, I hate that outfit. Why did I wear that? I'm like, if I dwelled on everything that, like, has driven me crazy, or like any mistake or anything, any imperfection. I used to be such a perfectionist, and now I feel like I'm not, because I've learned you can't go back and change it. If I stressed about everything that I wished was different, I would be insane. And that's another thing. You were talking about live performances earlier. I love live performances because you can't go back and change them.
I love live everything. I mean, there's days because I'm used to doing produced television and now I'm doing this live thing that is just so out of my wheelhouse. But I'm like, and every week something goes wrong. Am I right? Everyone? Every week something goes wrong and I go home and I'm like crying in the car. And then I'm like, you know what? I chose to do this because it's raw, it's real, it's not overproduced. And I think people like that.
Yeah. And you can't, that's the perfectionist in me. If I did a performance, I would go over and redo it over and over and over. And you can't do that. Like, I don't have time to do that. And that's why I love live performances and stuff, because you can go back and change it.
And I also feel like, not to sound whatever, but I'm not going to name names, but we've had some really huge artists come in who refuse to perform live.
Really?
And it's so interesting because, not to be judgy, but it's the ones that are really talented that'll just be like, I don't care, I'll sing right now, because they know they can sing. And I'm not going to name names, but we've had some big ones in here and they're just like, no, we don't perform live. But it's like, if you're an artist, why are you not performing live? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's totally a testament to your talent.
Yeah.
Your raw talent, you know?
Well, and I think it's I don't know if confidence is the word, but it's kind of that kind of thing too, because it's like, you screw up and,
you're human, by the way.
That my biggest inspiration, role model, who I've always looked up to, but after meeting her, I'm in love with her, and she changed my life, is Kelly Clarkson. She is incredible, and she is one of those people who doesn't care. She went to a sound check in front of 500 people in the Dolby Theater, no makeup on, didn't care. She's always joking around, having a good time, really gave me the time of day. She just has such a big heart, and I look up to her so much, and I want to be just like her someday.
This is going to sound crazy, but you remind me of her in a lot of ways because she's so unapologetically herself. You can tell she doesn't care.
Yeah.
She could walk in and trip on a red carpet and fall and she will make fun of herself. And I love that. And I think people love that. Mm-hmm. It's very real. Yeah. If you're going to always pretend like everything's perfect, people see first of all, it's not true.
Yeah.
Nobody has a perfect life. Everyone has bad performances and bad days. Something crazy when you won. When you were hugging and getting excited with everybody, whatever, I heard a moment like this in the back of my head, in slow-mo. And because I don't know why, it's such an iconic winning song.
Oh my gosh.
It's like when you win something big, you hear that. And Kelly Clarkson obviously was a winner, and that was her song, A Moment Like This. But when you won, I had a moment like this moment. Moment like this moment.
Season 1 on Fox, season 1 on ABC Winners.
Whoa, that's deep.
Am I Kelly Clarkson?
Wait, Kelly Clarkson. I've always wanted to do that, and I've never had a reason to. I just scream Kelly Clarkson like Steve Carell. Did anybody get that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you.
But I was going to say, the other thing I love about her is just that she, like you said, she's herself. And yeah, when she makes a mistake, that's so inspiring to me. And I feel like I want to be like her because I want to inspire people like she does. I want people to look at me and say, she's not perfect, but she's doing her thing. And because Kelly Clarkson being herself, it makes me want to be more like that. You don't have to be perfect all the time. And you don't have to fit the mold, and you can be your own person and people will still love you. And I think she has been one of my biggest, anytime, I think of her a lot. If I make a mistake, I think, oh, Kelly Clarkson wouldn't care about this. Why should I care about this?
Kelly wouldn't care. Kelly would laugh and be jolly and happy.
Kelly, if you make a mistake, #Kelly wouldn't care.
What would Kelly do? How would Kelly feel? She is great.
I love her.
She is awesome. Have you met her?
Yeah,
you've met her a couple times, right?
Have I met her? I
feel like you've definitely. Yeah,
I met her once for sure.
So you guys have both won season 1. You're very similar. I feel like you guys should collab. I don't know.
Oh, I love her.
I want to set up so many collabs for you.
I'm not worthy.
Oh, come on. You're definitely worthy. Okay, so I want to answer a few more questions. There's so many. Somebody keeps asking, who's this name that they keep asking about? Marissa? Who's Marissa? Why don't you care about Marissa? Do you love Marissa?
Listen, it is a joke.
Okay, who's Marissa?
Between these, I have these 4 fans, and they are literally the OGs, the best fans you could ever ask for. And they came to a meet and greet one time. I've met this Marissa Marissa is her name.
Okay.
I've met her like 5 times.
Is that Popping Poppy? Is
Yes.
that Marissa?
That is Shayna. And
okay. I'm so confused.
And I forget Marissa's name every time I see her. And so they came to this concert one time of mine, and they brought these posters, and I was like, to Tisha, the best fan with the like biggest heart, and wrote these big messages. And then the next one was like, to Shayna, this and this and this. And then I got to Marissa, and I feel so bad, but I didn't remember meeting her, and I feel so bad. But then because I meet a lot of people, and I felt really bad. So then I signed her poster, and I was like, to Marissa, Maddie Poppe. And they made fun of me for so long. Like, how dare you forget Marissa? So now it's a joke that like Marissa is the forgotten one.
Yeah, they're loving but like, all of this.
Yeah, but they're the best. They're the best, and it's all a joke. They're the best. Christina's also in that group before, and she's incredible. Christina Trent. I think.
Are they all friends?
Yes,
they're just thriving right now.
They are the most dedicated fans. Let me tell you, they came to my Iowa concert and drove like, I don't know, like 10 hours just to come. Like, seriously,
you guys are the best.
They are the best, and there's so many awesome.
I love when people support like that.
I know. It's crazy.
Especially in the music world. It is, you guys. I know Maddie made it look easy. The music industry, I think, I've interviewed every walk of life in this industry. Music, I think, is the hardest to make it in by far. Yeah. I mean, especially LA. You didn't even come from here, which is even harder. People in LA, it's like a dime a dozen to have a good voice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do you separate yourself? I mean, you did it through winning American Idol casually, but like, it's hard. It's a really hard industry. So a question we always ask people who are pioneering in their worlds is, what piece of advice would you give somebody who is trying to pursue the same path as you?
Sorry, my ears are itching.
It's okay.
Do your ears
are
ever
they
itch?
good? All the time, especially when my weave is all up in it.
Okay.
Do your ears ever itch?
Let's
ask a more deep question. Do your ears itch? Forget my question.
The question was, what advice would I give?
Yeah.
As cliche as it sounds, the best advice I ever got from anyone was just to be myself. Because if you go in, trying to duplicate someone, or, you're not going to be, I feel like if I pretended to be somebody else on American Idol, I wouldn't have been happy. Like, I'd have been like, oh, I'm pretending to be this pop princess, and I'm not. And that's why I went into American Idol thinking, I'm going to do this style of music because this is what I love. And if I go down doing what I love, then I fail doing what I love. You know what I mean? But if you go in, and the thing I worried about is, what if they make me sing pop? And I thought if I would have won the show singing pop and had to like continue that the rest of my life, would have been so like, not that nothing wrong with pop music. It's just not like for my voice. And I'm not crazy about it. That's just not my style. I like to sing. But I just think you got to do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, like your happiness is like what matters and what like keeps you going. And I think, if you pretend to be something you're not just to please other people, at the end of the day, it's just like about you. That might sound selfish, but it's like, it's true. Like you got to live with yourself at the end of the day.
I also think there's a lack of longevity with that. So if you pretend to be whatever you want to be, at some point
you're going to break and be like, I can't do this anymore.
I don't like this. And then everybody's left confused. Nobody knows who you are. And it's almost like, who did we just get to know? And we invested in you as an artist, and that's not even who you are.
And I feel like people can see past that. People see through, like how we can see Kelly Clarkson is such a real person. People pick up on that. People can see who's real and who's not.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what's on your radar what does your next couple weeks look like? I feel like you have a crazy life.
Yeah. Well, I just got done recording a bunch of new songs. I spent like every day last week recording a song, and that's really exciting. So we're going to like pick through and see which ones we want to put on like the album in the spring. And I'm headed to Nashville soon to do some writing sessions.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I did some in LA, and they were a lot of fun. I wrote with some really, really cool people, and we got some cool stuff put together. But I'm excited to get to Nashville because, LA, it was a lot of fun writing out here. I think for the style of music I'm playing, though, it'll be less pop in Nashville, maybe. I feel like it'll be more my style, and I'm excited to,
Well, Nashville's just the motherland, huh?
Yeah. So I'm excited to go there, and then I'm headed to Orlando for some other stuff. I don't know if I can talk about it. Am I allowed? Nope. I'm not going there.
You're not going to Orlando. I'm going to Orlando.
She is. That's what I meant.
What she said.
Yes.
Yup. Epcot Center and
then
what else is in Orlando?
And then Universal Studios.
Yep. I'm gonna go see the Minions, the real ones. Not the Maddie Minions, but
and then I'm coming back to LA and I've got a show at the Hotel Cafe I'm really excited about. I'm doing a tree lighting.
I'm obsessed with Hotel Cafe.
Really?
Like, I just love going there and watching an intimate performance. I feel like and sometimes the most like Katy Perry will go there and perform on a random John Mayer. We should scout it out and then just like
throw me up there. Like, just do a duet.
I'll do a casual throw. We'll get your fan club to just help and we'll all make it happen. That sounds all very exciting. So you have an album that you're aiming to have out in the spring?
We're hoping, yes. And we don't know yet if it's going to be like an EP sort of thing or an album, 2 EPs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on music videos? Because a lot of artists are kind of doing the kibosh on the music video.
Really?
I love music videos because it makes me like emotionally connect. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on music videos? And will you be putting any out for your fans? Yes, I have got a video coming out. When is it? Friday. As in, I'm stuttering and choking just like in 3 days.
Yes.
I honestly didn't know that, you guys.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Great question.
Well,
and yes, you have to guess what song it's for. What could it be? I only have 2 songs out.
Do you guys know what her music video song will be? Does anybody know?
It can't be Going, Going, Gone. We already did that one. So there's only one. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's tricky.
I'm very confused. But that's cool. So did you shoot the music video out in LA?
Yes, and it is so cool. It was so much fun. It's a really cool video.
So we get to see it on Friday. What time? Yes. Like, let's let them know.
I don't know.
When is it going to be out? Do we know?
Midnight?
Noon.
So
right around lunch, you guys, Maddie Poppe will be popping.
You can watch the music video. Yes.
I'm very, very excited about that.
I like making music videos. They're fun. Like, I think
that's the dream.
I'm not that great at acting. Luckily, like in Going, Going, Gone, that music video, I had to be like the actress, like, oh, having fun with all my friends and stuff. But like in this one, I'm literally like, I'm not the actress. Like, other people were hired to do that, which is amazing. I just had to sing. But I'm so excited about this music video. And yeah, I'm excited to do more. I don't think I can do serious though. We might have to like hire somebody out to do the serious music videos. Cause I don't think I could like, you know, when they like lean up against the window and it's like raining outside.
And one tear just slowly rolls.
I can't be serious like that. I just can't.
Well, just do you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to cry near a windowsill, I'll do it for you. I'm here for you, Maddie. Like, seriously, wasn't joking. I'm a Maddie minion now. All right, we're going to take one more question because Maddie's got to go, honey. She's got things to do, John Mayer to collab with. And there's so many good questions. I just don't even know.
Someone that keeps asking if you have a Christmas single coming out?
A second Christmas song somebody asked about.
People are asking about?
Yes, I do. I have another Christmas song coming out. And we were just going to do one, but there was like, okay, so we originally recorded this next one that's coming out. And then there were like a lot of people doing it. And we were like, oh, maybe we shouldn't release this one anymore. So then we did Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And then we came back and we're like, you know what? Let's just release this one too. So yes, 2 Christmas singles will be out.
This Christmas?
Yes. I already have one out, but another one.
Did you guys hear that? Christmas is coming early, baby.
So I texted an overwhelming amount of people that want to know, have you seen the fan music video?
The what music video? Oh, have you seen the fan music video?
Listen to me.
Everyone's asking that.
I keep getting people telling me to watch this, and I saw it from afar. Caleb's in town, and he was watching it the other day, and I was busy doing something else, and I didn't get to watch it yet. I'm going to check it out as soon as I get back, and I'm going to comment, and I'm going to share it and everything.
She's going to share it, comment, watch it.
I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Caleb's been in town, and so I've been off social media because I've been wanting to just hang out with him. I haven't seen him.
Don't apologize for that. You need that in your life.
I haven't seen him in like over a month. And so, I've been really bad at social media lately but I'm going to get on that video as soon as I get back.
All right, I said I wasn't going to take any more questions, but there's a question that I desperately need to know the answer to. It's iSoar95 wants to know, what's your favorite midnight snack? It's very important information.
I don't know if you want to go down this rabbit hole. I've started Weight Watchers, and it's been so difficult not to eat in the middle of the night because I usually want to eat at like midnight. Well, then those points add on to the next day, and then you have less points throughout the day.
They roll over?
No, like
into the next day?
Like at midnight, it starts over. So like midnight.
So like if you have a something at
with 5 points,
12:01, that point is on to the next day?
Yes.
That's just savage.
So hard. I love Weight Watchers though. Sponsor me. No, I'm kidding.
That was not Spawn. She just said it out of her soul.
I love Weight Watchers. It's going decent. It's probably the easiest. I was just like, I have to do something. I have to get like healthy and caring again because I went on tour this summer and gained like 15 pounds. I was like, okay, we got to get control of it, Maddie. We got to get going here. And I was like, what's the easiest diet? Weight Watchers. So it's been going pretty good. And I mean, like, it's not as hard as it seems. And honestly, it's crazy, like, how much your life changes. Like, before I would just eat whatever. And now I'm like, okay, how many points is this? And it's, like, affecting me, you know? Like,
it's probably a good thing, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
The things that I eat past midnight in bed's my favorite thing to do.
Oh, I didn't say my favorite midnight snack.
But what was it prior?
Okay, this is so bad. I like to cook. I like to boil pasta and eat it with spaghetti sauce at midnight, like a whole meal.
That sounds cozy.
A whole meal, which would be like my whole points for the day. So I can't
That's
do that
like
anymore.
your Wednesday through Friday. They're like, girl,
my weekly points
done.
and my daily points are gone.
Eat ice for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Maddie, thank you so much for stopping by today.
Thank
I
you for
literally could
having
talk
me.
to you for hours. You're so much fun.
Oh, you're fun. Thank you.
Thanks. I seriously can't wait to watch you on your journey. I feel like this is literally just the beginning and big things are a brewing. So don't forget us. Don't forget the little people.
This was so much fun.
Yeah, definitely come back. I feel like you're going to have new announcements once a week. So just come back here. Your manager, I'm making eye contact. Just come back here. Let everybody know. They already know where they can find you, but social media, all that stuff, and
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, let everyone know
where they can find you, even though they know where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, Maddie Poppe, on Twitter, Maddie Poppe, and on Facebook, I think it's Maddie Poppe Music or something.
You guys get excited for Friday, new music video. You got to show love. I know you guys are going to post that. I know certain people are going to be posting it hundreds of times. Everybody's saying that they love you before they go. So all of your fans are showing a lot of love right now, and they're really happy that you came on the show. And so are we. Guys, thank you so much. The time has come for us to say goodbye. It's my least favorite part of a Tuesday. But we really enjoyed chatting with Maddie. You guys were here. You were all up in the chat. We really love that. That's why we love streaming on Twitch. If you listen on Dash Radio, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate all of you guys. Make sure you guys check out Maddie's music video on Friday. And don't forget to continue to show her love because she looks at all the comments. Okay?
All of them.
Bye, guys.